You're listening to the Savage Sacktap. It's not a podcast, it's not a half-cast, it's just a quick shot to the balls to help you finish off the week. We're cutting through the bullshit, filling your Friday with rage-fueled logic, and cracking a few jokes along the way. So grab a bag of frozen peas. There's a Savage Sacktap coming your way.
Smooth, lascivious, salacious, outrageous.
Right now, your pillows are being used to pad the audio, which will probably come out fucking all sorts of echoey because it's a very hard-walled room. But the audio for the Savage Sacktap.
I'm sorry, I don't live in a podcast.
You should, yeah. This is one of your many shortcomings is that you haven't put foam on the wall to protect the audio fidelity of your older brother's podcast. Welcome to the Savage Sacktap. I am Mike Montone, joined by my siblings, Jackie and Joey, who have been kind enough to spend a few minutes of their Saturday helping me knock this shit out so I can present it to you fine people over Labor Day weekend and not have to go to the effort of prepping or putting together a good show. So, we got that going on. You were telling us, Jackie, about some sort of...
Today's podcast is brought to you by Frank's Red Hot.
I wish.
I could say that Joey and I both had better offers today that fell through.
Did they?
Which made us available.
I feel like I was involved in that. We were supposed to go to the beach, and then it got cloudy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I was going to be here first. Yeah. Neither of you did. You were telling me about you're getting intoxicated here through via an app.
Oh yeah, I found this app. It's called Bar Mixel, and I can put in all of my ingredients that I have currently on my bar cart, and it'll tell me a good cocktail to make.
I did hear Joey alluding to it in an anti-Semitic manner. Can you rehash that for us, since it happened off mic? I would like to expose you for being a Jew-hating piece of shit.
And please speak loud enough so everybody can hear. To incriminate you.
I did hear you make several really, really good Holocaust jokes. You sure you don't want to share?
Yep, this is John Montone. I believe we were discussing the new hypothetical Jewish bar called Bar Mitzvah, where upon entry, if you are 21 or older, you are given a gold. What is it? A gold patch with a gold
patch.
You can use.
I don't think it wasn't a gold patch. They used to give that was an armband.
It was an armband with a gold star of David, right? Yeah, and you go on your little Jewish mingle dates, and you go there for a cocktail.
J date.
Yeah, J date.
Do you want to meet at Bar Mitzvah?
It's highly anti-Semitic, John.
Yeah, well...
What's on anti-Semitic? Well, the armband part is.
No, I mean...
Just having a Jewish bar just called Bar Mitzvah wouldn't, in and of itself, be anti-Semitic. But the direction you were going in...
John.
I don't think the patches... I think it's historical.
You were talking about serving coal-fired pizza, and you were getting into real detail about how they'd heat the ovens.
They make great pizza.
No, I think you can, they don't, the cancel people don't seem to give a shit if you go after the Jewish community anymore, I guess because they've done so well, and because of, they all hate Israel. The libs can't fucking stand Israel because they all love Palestine, so they don't like Jewish people because Jews are also, they're pretty much white, even though I guess Israel's technically in Asia. I forget what comedian it was that I heard talking about that was referring to Israelis as Asian, and I thought it was hilarious. But the woke libs don't like they're not fans of the Jews.
So you have to go extra hard against the Jewish people to get them to care.
To get canceled.
Yeah, to get canceled.
Yeah, I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not sure what you'd have to do because it's getting even worse. Because one of the big things that
we could find out.
We could. Well, we've got some gasoline.
Yeah.
We've got a cross, and we have a lighter. So let's get out there and see what we can make happen.
Let's get canceled.
Yeah. There's a new thing. I don't know if you guys have heard this about apparently being a landlord is evil.
Yeah. People hate the landlords.
What did that start with the beginning of all the coronavirus, where people couldn't pay their rent, or did it pre-exist?
Pre-existed, but it's it's having a moment right
Yeah,
now.
'cause I remember it in the beginning
sentiment
of
pre-existed.
I remember it in the beginning of lockdown. People claiming that landlords were evil for trying to collect on rent while people were out of jobs.
Which I don't get because the landlord has a mortgage.
Yeah.
The entire the phrase they use is that housing is a human right. So by their sort of thing, what they think is that, and this is like a no shit, like if you follow up with them and ask them, they'll say that if you have free space in a home that you owe it to people who don't.
So these people who say that, are they welcoming strangers into their homes?
No, of course, because they don't own.
Most of them aren't.
Do you think any of them own fucking property? do you think there's a chance anyone who has a fucking mortgage thinks like that?
Touche.
But yeah, if you go on, if you go and search, like if you even Googled right now, if you looked up like, why are landlords evil? There would be a million Reddit and Twitter threads about how it's inherently evil to charge people to live on property that you own.
I mean, that'd be great for me right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Join in on that cause.
yeah, it's called a homeless shelter.
It'd be the new American dream, yeah.
It's exactly what it is. It's a homeless
I'd
shelter.
like to live here rent free.
They have them in New York City, and people masturbate on you and stab you with needles.
I don't want to live there.
Where are these located?
Well, you work in Hell's Kitchen. You might be able to find one.
They're all around.
What's you haven't been back in the city, have you?
No, not till March.
You're in.
Oh, I'm in.
What how are you liking it?
I like it. Commuting life is good.
Is it? Have
Can't
you
complain.
run into anything fun on the streets?
The other day I left work and there was a couple homeowners walking down the street towards me, and I thought that this lady was coming at me. I thought it was two people coming at me, and so I chose this one lady coming at me, another guy behind her. So I thought they were a tag team coming at me, and the guy behind her was wielding this massive metal shovel. I don't know where he got the shovel from, but I would think that if you have a shovel, you're probably a homeowner because you have to.
It's a landscape.
You have to shovel. So I thought, oh shit, these guys are coming at me. So I chose to walk into oncoming traffic and take my chances there. And at that point, I realized that he was just
I
chasing
wish there had been a
her.
green light.
Yeah, he was just chasing her around outside of Port Authority with a metal shovel. I didn't stick around to see how that played out.
No, I was gonna ask if he caught her.
I mean, they were feet away. Like she was.
Wait, this
she
was
like,
outside.
hold-
Wait, this was Port Authority.
It was on the other side of 9th Avenue.
Oh, the back end of
Back
Port
end of Port
Authority.
Authority.
Because I was gonna say 8th Ave. As much fuckery goes on 8th Ave, I think if you were pursuing someone with a shovel, that's where like
There's
more
a
of
lot
the
of
cops
presence.
hang out. Yeah, someone would have put a stop to it.
Not Joey.
Yeah, yesterday some kid got shanked by a guy stuck like some sort of like knife to the end of a long pole and was riding around. I don't know if on a bike or what.
Shut the
he was
fuck up.
the-
Oh wait, the roller skater.
Yeah, the
doing. He
schizophrenic
was
guy.
popping tires and he shanked like a little kid.
The roller
Yeah,
skater.
it was the
Yeah.
roller skater.
Holy shit. Yeah, de Blasio's New York. We went from fucking everyone was pissed off like Bloomberg. Oh, it was too corporate. There's a Starbucks on every corner now. And fucking de Blasio's in office, and we have a one-handed guy roller skating around, stabbing people with a knife on the end of a stick.
How do you guys know this, gentlemen?
Mark Norman tweeted about him.
Yeah, I saw it. It was
But
in
how do
the,
we know that this is the same guy?
it was in the
I mean,
post.
I assume.
He was blading.
This would be weird if
Yeah,
there were two
I
of
mean-
those.
It
You never
had
know
to
right
have
now.
been.
There's a lot of weirdos out there right now. Oh yeah.
I was you can the 9th Ave entrance to Port Authorities. I feel like considerably sketchier than
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
significantly.
than over on
less
on
presence.
8th.
I mean, that was my go-to entrance for a while, but that's been locked off.
9th Ave was your go-to?
Yeah,
Really?
because I pop out that way.
I
Oh, yeah,
was
'cause you gotta go back.
No, this guy is on feet.
let's get a look.
Oh, so there were two.
I thought you said you rode like a bike or some
Oh,
sort
no,
of
no,
conveyance.
I think I had read that he might have been riding a bike and slashing tires with the thing.
Okay, so not only
So
do
there
we
was-
have a guy going around with a fucking a broomstick knife, but but there's another guy fucking roller skating around with one arm stabbing people.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, did you find it? I was just trying to find
No,
it.
I don't know that one.
You pull up. That was on like it was on the front page of the Post this morning or last night.
But this genius stabbed a 15-year-old kid, and then ran away, and then 20 minutes later came back.
What are you running away from? If you've got the knife on a long pole, I feel like the advantage is yours.
Apparently, there was a showdown with the police where he was waving it and they tased him. So there was some sort of showdown in Times Square.
Could you imagine if they had shot him? The kind of marches we'd be dealing with.
But I'm a big fan of the Times Square live cam. I put it up as like a screensaver on my TV sometimes, just have something in the background. I would have loved to have watched that go down.
I've been watching. There's this dude. I think his name's Action Kid on YouTube, and he does. He's like this Chinese guy, and he goes on these walks through just different New York City neighborhoods, and he doesn't give a shit. Like, he'll go anywhere. He did one. He walked for an hour through East New York and Brownsville, which, if you're not familiar with those neighborhoods, they're two of the most violent in the city.
Walking New York's murder capital.
Yeah, Action Kid, you saw it? Yeah, I was watching it last night, and I was kind of disappointed because nothing bad happens to him, which I guess makes sense if you survive with your GoPro to put the video up on YouTube, then nothing bad is going to happen. But I feel like you watch a video like that in hopes that he gets stabbed.
Yeah, I don't care to see an Asian man, nonetheless, just walking around
Unmolested. Dude, they are not, they're not popular in certain communities.
Where did he get the moniker Action Kid?
Oh, he's a kid.
It doesn't look like a kid. This looks like a young adult.
I think it's like when, like Willie Mays, they called him the Say Hey Kid.
So this is like
the
Asian Willie Mays.
Yeah, he's the Asian Willie Mays. he caught.
This guy looks like he's in his 30s.
He basket caught
How old
coronavirus.
is he?
I don't know, but he's calling himself Action Kid. But you know how Asian guys, they always look younger. So if this guy looks like he's 30, he's probably 70.
They do. They look young. They look young until they hit 50, and then just that rapid onset aging happens.
Kenneth, a.k.a. Action Kid.
Old Action Ken.
Yeah, I'm going to check this guy out.
The
Love
schizophrenic
those
roller
Asians.
skater was in the UK. That wasn't New York.
Oh, that wasn't New York?
Yeah, I guess not.
I'm sure New York's
I wanted to
I'm
make
sure
sure we
there's a
corrected it.
schizophrenic
I saw it in
rollerblader in New York.
I saw it in the New York Post. I thought that was.
Yeah, it was in the Post, but they said it was in the UK.
Oh, no shit. Don't I feel like a.
But he thought his family was going to be killed by
dumbass.
aliens, so I feel.
Oh, you're telling me that the guy.
He
You're
was
telling
acting.
me.
He was acting in self-defense.
You're telling me that the guy who was rollerblading around stabbing people wasn't all there?
Yeah, it doesn't add up, right?
Well, what would you do if aliens were going to kill your family?
Yeah, that's true. Like, I think we all found out in Independence Day, everyone thought that, who was that? Who was who played the drunk kook in Independence Day?
Men in Black came out in 1997.
That doesn't help. But remember the,
Joey's just quoting Love on the Spectrum line.
is that the
Yeah.
Love on the Spectrum line? I'm gonna start a new show called fucking Siblings on the Spectrum. It's gonna follow the two of you with a camera. Remember the start of Independence Day? There was the guy flying around in like the crop dusting plane, and he was all boozed up, and he was talking about how the aliens had got him, and no one believed him, and then like the next day, a fucking alien ship just wiped out the White House, and he was like, see?
Yeah, I don't remember.
You pull it up
Oh, what do you want me to...
on your device that holds all of the world's knowledge.
What was this character's name?
If you search Independence Day and just go through the cast, we'll know.
All right.
What was the alien movie with all the goo? You know what I'm talking
That was something different.
Men in Black who like to
That was-
sex with each other.
That was something different. That was Joey's 21st birthday party. He went to hibachi and then hung out with a couple of the chefs afterwards. No, what
Mr.
So
Magoo.
who was the character? He's in the beginning.
just read some of the actor names.
Jeff Goldblum.
No.
Bill Pullman.
No,
Will
Hey,
Smith.
Goldblum,
No.
Jurassic Park. All right, love those
Judd
dinosaurs.
Hirsch.
no,
Brent Spiner.
no.
Liam Hemsworth.
No.
Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth was in
I know. How is he?
Independence Day. No, keep going. I think it was the guy who played
Robert
Loggia.
Loja.
Loja.
You guys don't know Robert
I
Loja?
know him from Family. And I feel like
No, he was also Feech Lamont in The Sopranos.
Feech Lamont. Randy Quaid.
Yeah, it was Randy Quaid.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it was going to be him. I was actually going to skip
Randall
it.
Quaid?
You were gonna skip Randy Quaid.
Well, because I was like, I
He's
don't.
gone through a long list
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, but if you get to Randy Quaid's one of those names
Well,
where
I thought
you'd be like,
I thought you would have.
Randy
thought,
Quaid.
Yeah, I thought you would have thought of him.
No, but that
Randy
was
Andy.
I
Who
was
Liam Hemsworth.
I was thinking of him, but that's when you don't know who the fucking actor is. Yeah, so Randy Quaid plays like this booze bag, and he's flying around, and he says the aliens got him. But then you don't remember at the end of the movie, he commits that like suicide mission to hit the alien ship's defenses. Haven't you watched?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who knows the fucking plot of Independence Day?
I haven't.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I watched Independence
I don't
Day.
have a good memory.
Because you cocksuckers are with the aliens, not the.
This
not the
came out
people
when
of
we were
Earth.
6 years old. I probably saw it when I was like 8.
Yeah, but it's a classic
the one
piece
with
of
the
cinema.
goo. I think that's the one where the Martians invade. There's a lot of goo.
Not Mars Attacks.
Yeah, Mars Attacks.
That was good. Mars Attacks was a shit. I would watch Mars Attacks tonight if you guys were so inclined.
I'm not really into the alien movies.
It's like a comedy though.
Oh, okay.
Google, one of the questions is, was Mars Attacks a flop?
People love. No, it might have been a box office flop and
calling
like
it a flop.
and pissed off an audience or two. But like
Did people get pissed off in the 90s?
they didn't get. They would think something sucked.
Yeah, but they weren't getting like pissed, right?
No, you're right. There was no outrage.
They
in the
didn't
90s.
have any platforms to.
So you think they still would have gotten pissed?
I mean, if social media existed, I think the same thing would have happened just earlier.
There was no reward. Like you had like so what they would do like now when there's like a cancel, how everyone just tweets. In the old days, what would happen is these groups like it would be like the American Family Council or like just they would have like these like bullshit names and they were really just kind of like conservative fucking Bible thumping watchdogs who would try to get like lewd and vulgar shows taken off of the air.
Do they still have updogs?
Wait, what's up, dog?
Not much. You?
Walked right into that one.
They would so if they heard something, they would send out form letters to all of their like followers, and you would fill out the form letter like I'm Bob Smith. So and so talked about sucking tranny cock on the radio the other day. I want him taken off, or you're not getting my consumer dollar anymore. And they would just set like you wouldn't be the one writing the letter. You would just fill your name in on the blank. And they would send like stacks of these fucking letters to like radio or TV stations. And that's how they would get people punished back then.
That seems like a lot
So
more
much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it would take a real pain in the ass to do that. Now you can get the people who wouldn't have done that. You can just like send a tweet.
Yeah, but these people
Post on
they were in such a fervor because there wasn't the distraction of social media. So they had nothing better to do. But yeah, sure. Oh, we're at church today and they got the form. Yeah, I'll put my fucking name on it. The pastor said that that this is all bullshit, even though the pastor's actually watching his wife fuck the pool boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Falwell, baby.
Yeah.
I call it Libertine University.
I think somebody else fucked her too.
I'm
sure.
A
many
lot of
fucked
people
her,
were
yeah.
apparently fucking her. Apparently Jerry and Becky were a naughty couple. They like to have a good time.
Liberty you.
I feel like that's kind of like a pervasive thing, and you spend more time in the American South than I do, so you would know.
Florida
Florida
doesn't
though,
count.
you know.
No,
South
Florida's
Florida.
big on that. Are you kidding? Tampa?
Yeah, but South Florida's like a lot of
Jeff
New York
Epstein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he was king down there, but like, it's not like the deep South, you know.
But it's not. I don't see it as a deep South thing. I see it as more of like
Religious.
no, not a religious thing. I'm more saying like a coastal South thing, like a kind of the guy. Like I'm picturing because they're saying he was he came Jerry came into the room with a Speedo on when they were gonna do it, and there's like pictures of him getting boozed up on his boat with some slut, and they have like their pants undone. So I'm picturing more of like the kind of like 45 through 60 some odd years old couples who go to like they drink Land Shark, they go to a Jimmy Buffett concert, they're down there, they live in like Tampa or whatever, they have like year-round tans, and they just fucking get hammered all the time. The husband probably he has like what you would call a tradition, like what Adam Carolla calls a dad bod, like played a little football, like has like biceps from just doing curls, maybe a tribal tattoo.
A little bit of a chest.
Yeah, a little bit of a chest, but the beer gut's there, and he just loves to take a Viagra and watch his wife get fucked by some young stud with a set of abs. Like, I feel like if you go and party in Tampa for a week, on at least one or two occasions, someone will ask you to come back to like their boat home and fuck their wife.
That's not the crowd I run with in South Florida, but I'm sure it exists.
When you go visit your wife's family, that's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't go on.
The crowd, yeah.
The hell did you get married for?
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not 40 yet, so still got time.
That's true. You do have the heavier side of a decade to get ready for
to work on that chest.
for such behavior. Yeah, to develop. Well, you already have a taste for land shark.
I do love land shark.
I feel like part and parcel to the southern coastal wife swapping swingers is that they all love like loaded Coronas and like Corona Ritas.
Yeah.
They love any beverage that's just drank near the water, that's loaded with sugary alcohol, that's going to get you blackout drunk to the point where you might commit a violent, possibly sexually motivated crime.
Yeah. You go to all those like beach waterfront bars and it's
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Those places where like
Shout
you
out
might
to Square Grouper.
like you might even
I don't think they want this endorsement.
Love Square Grouper.
yeah, Square Group. Wait, did we go there? I remember you mentioning it.
Nah, we didn't go, but Square Group is a great spot. You find a lot of those there,
I
I'm sure.
bet you find a nice fish taco at Square Grouper.
Oh yeah. They have a good menu.
Fuck this pool boy though.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, good for him, but also fuck him. Like, remember what were you doing when you were 20?
Blacking out, peeing in weird places in other people's homes, other people's parents' homes.
Getting arrested.
Yeah, for like very, very, very minor non-violent crimes. And I feel like getting yelled at by mom and dad a lot.
So I just,
and lowering my GPA.
yeah. So I guess the point was I wanted to clarify. You at the age of 20, you were not hanging out, working at the Fountain Blue in
I'm
Miami.
31 and I can't swim. I avoided pools and fountains.
Wait, you weren't? Are you telling me
You might have
you
drowned
weren't?
in the fountain.
You weren't working as a pool boy at the Fountain Blue, and while you were chatting up some young chicks in their thonged bikinis, you didn't have a rich, milfy 50-year-old woman invite you to her hotel room to fuck you for the next 7 years?
Like I said, I have a bad memory, but I don't remember.
None of this
remember
happened.
that type of detail.
What'd
yeah.
you do for work when you were
Can
20?
neither confirm nor deny.
I worked first semester of college. I worked in a kitchen at UConn.
This never happened.
At a student union. It never happened. I worked with a bunch of Hispanic guys who I'm pretty confident were making fun of me all the time. And then the
Was
last
the word?
game,
I feel like the word maricon was probably
all
thrown
the
around
time.
pretty
I worked at
frequently.
Renatos all the time. I quit because the last game of the Mets season, I missed the beginning of it, and it was a game where if they won, they got to the playoffs. If they lost, they didn't. And I got out of work after the first inning, and they were already down 7-0, and I was tired of getting made fun of, and I was pissed I missed the Mets game, so I quit by just not showing up anymore.
I love that.
And then I found out from a friend of mine a couple of years later that I was blacklisted at getting a job, a campus job, but he was a manager, so he hired me. So I got a second chance working in a dining hall.
How'd
the
that
last 2
go?
years. Oh, it was great.
Oh, so you didn't wash out again? You weren't a two-time loser?
No. This time I was actually the comeback dishwasher of the year.
Wow.
And I got like free food for the last like 2 years, which was pretty sweet.
Wow.
Wow.
Good for
It's really
you.
made the family proud.
I was giving out free sandwiches all the time at the grab and go because I didn't know how to use the register.
So
They're just
you're-
bleeding money because they had an idiot.
There's
working
some-
the register.
yeah,
They didn't
there's some
teach me.
fucking-
They didn't teach me. That's
There's
the problem.
one of these like fucking poor kids who's bitching that they're going into debt because they can't pay off their student loans. They come from an underprivileged neighborhood and they were just trying to make it, and their payments were going up because you were throwing off the school's finances by giving out free turkey sandwiches. You're too much of a lazy cocksucker to learn how to use, born in the computer age, mind you, to learn how to use the fucking register.
I call it bad training.
The university probably had to hire auditors to scrub their records to figure out why they weren't turning
Fucking
a profit.
yeah, an auditor to undo the damage done by the autist.
And I did work with an autist.
There were two of you on staff.
And I would man the entrance sometimes, and like if the card swiper's not working very well, or you just don't know how to work it very well, you're non-confrontational. You're not going to tell people to leave the dining hall, so you're just letting people in.
Sorry,
Bruce.
Run an operation.
Yeah.
You have extensive food service experience. I know you briefly touched on Renato's, and if you come from not the New Jersey, New York area, you may be disappointed to learn that yes, a number of our pizzerias and Italian restaurants are staffed by Hispanics and Albanians.
Oh yeah.
You said were the Hispanics at Renato's calling you a faggot as well?
Not in English.
It translates so easily, though, doesn't it?
I think it means butterfly. I think that's what I was told.
I believe that's mariposa.
That's what they called me, mariposa.
Mariposa.
Yeah, they called me butterfly. But that's why they were calling me butterfly.
You fly from boy to boy, and
yeah, because I'm swift and I'm pretty.
you're covered in butter.
Flamboyant.
I have two Renato's stories from you that I absolutely love. The one is when didn't you leave a jacket with cocaine in the pocket at work?
Close. I showed up with that jacket onto the Christmas party, and then I blacked out and went to the bathroom and fell asleep in the bathroom with the door locked, and they had to break down the door to get me out, and I just happened to have that on me in the jacket. But I didn't leave it there. But I did fall asleep in the bathroom, and they had to break the door to get me down. And I had only been working there for like a month or two.
You might be the only person I have ever met who goes into a bathroom with a jacket full of cocaine and gets tired. No one has ever dozed off under those circumstances.
I never made
before.
it into the jacket.
I'm going to bang a few rails in the bathroom and then winds up settling in for a nap.
They were a great Christmas party, though. Those guys cooked a feast.
I'd imagine the food service industry does a pretty good thing, because all you got to do is show up with a couple bottles of booze.
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't show up with anything besides a jacket, but nobody got to use that.
And then you used Renato's to facilitate the. I don't know.
We didn't use it to facilitate anything.
Yeah.
But I know where you're going.
To provide.
Just to provide lunch to
refreshment.
A bunch of pranksters, yeah.
Just to a bunch of people who were staking out a friend's house. Can you explain why they were staking out the friend's house?
The night before, I think it was the night before, we had been perusing the what are the classifieds? What do you call that?
It was that Bergen County Steppin' Out magazine.
Steppin' Out magazine. Great. This podcast is actually hosted by Steppin' Out magazine.
This podcast is sponsored by Massage by Alberto. All male massage in North Jersey. Dial 1-800-HAND-JOB to get yours today.
Use the discount code Mike to get half off.
Use the discount code Tuttle to get a fresh load in your belly button. Yeah.
So we had been prank phone calling Alberto and sending him. That's right. For like a week or two, we were sending this gay masseuse to. I think we sent him
We sent him to the bar.
To the bar when we knew Derek would be opening the bar, because we wanted Alberto to show up, and Derek would have known who he was. Derek was our bartender, and then the next, like a week later.
But he showed up.
Did he show up?
Yeah,
he showed up. We called him once to. Didn't he show up to like Derek's house?
No. Derek was home because he was off that day, and we had used Derek. This was before like iPhones and shit became kind of like the standard, and Derek had just one of those like easy little like Motorola's or whatever, so he didn't lock it. So we just took it. while Derek was in the bathroom, we called Alberto really quickly. We left him a message and set up an appointment for like the following day around bar opening time. And we gave him the bar address because we figured Derek would be there, but he was off. So he called Derek and woke him up. I was like, "Hi, it's Alberto. I'm here for your massage. I'm at the bar."
Fucking Alberto. So we called him long story short, called Alberto to our buddy's house one Sunday. We ordered him for a Monday around like 1 o'clock for a massage. We figured that our friend's dad would be out at work. His mom would be out of the house. It would just be him there. And so my buddies wanted to stake it out. I was working a shift at Renato's the day.
It's very telling of the crew you hang out with that you were all available midday.
I was the only one working.
You were all about what? This was this had to be October.
College, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even a year out because I was just home and we were in we went through that like degenerate phase that lasted
about a year and a half or so.
No,
It had to have been over a year.
The hardcore degeneracy though I feel like was the first summer we were all back and then through the following summer
until we moved out.
No. By the time I would say by the time the following summer had ended, it was kind of I feel like you hit your climax that following summer when you told Mom and Dad about the second stripper night, right?
Yes.
That came out. Okay. So yeah.
When did they find out about that?
I forget, but we told them.
Yeah, we told them. So
I feel like I was under wraps for a while.
Yeah.
I was under strict instruction not to bring that up.
So we went through like we went fucking aggressive from May through pretty much the following August. But like there was a period before you started doing any kind of work whatsoever when you guys were fresh college graduates. I was right out of the Marine Corps, and literally we were just like, "Yep, every day is going to revolve around stimulants and booze," and so this leads to us calling Massage by Alberto and setting up an appointment for a Monday.
Yeah. We set up an appointment for a Monday. I'm a working man, so I was at work that day.
You were delivering.
I was delivering pie. I was working outside sales.
You had a degree from one of the more prestigious universities on the East Coast, and you were delivering pies.
Yeah, sociology. It's like that's like very surface level explanation of things. You know, you look at the degree, you look at the GPA. When you break it down, there were no extracurriculars. There was nothing.
Went to sleepaway camp for 4 years.
Which was a really expensive sleepaway camp. So the guys who are staking it out, I don't know which order the pizzas were ordered in, but the guys who were staking it out ordered a pizza to my friend's address, and they gave that address to Renato's. So I delivered the pizza knowing that I'm actually just taking it to them in their car down the street. It was a coordinated thing. But little do I know, my buddy decided to order himself a pizza too to the same address. So I get back from that delivery, and my boss at Renato's goes, "What the hell is going on?" Your neighbor, because he knew where I lived.
Hungry boys up there.
Your neighbor, we just got 2 pizza deliveries to your neighbor's house. There's something going on. And so I was like, no. So I texted my buddy. I was like, "Did you order a pizza?" He goes, "Yeah." So I was like, I knew what happened. So I deliver him the pizza, and I didn't get to stick around for the masseuse showing up, but apparently he showed up and with his gear, in tow.
Yeah, the table.
The table. That's how you give a massage. And
so he was a real masseuse.
He was a real masseuse.
Well, I'm sure as with.
Oh, he definitely gives massages.
Yeah, I mean, have you've watched the Epstein documentary?
Yes.
Sometimes you like to begin the fun with a little rub down.
Mm-hmm. And I think that our friend's father was home and unfortunately answered the door.
Our friend's father, who by the way was a Division III All-American tight end, and still carries the size to play the position.
I'm surprised you didn't beat the shit out of Alberto, but I'm sure that an ultimatum was given.
I can't believe. No, I don't think they would have blamed Alberto. I feel like they had to.
I think he was quite confident of what happened.
Yeah.
I think he asked me within days what the hell we were doing. But I'm still surprised that Alberto. I think Alberto was probably given an ultimatum, and it was probably give me a massage or get out. First one's free.
What did well, I'm assuming you followed up with Sean immediately after the fact. What did he? Was he just like, yeah, you guys send a fucking gay masseuse to my house?
I think he just thought it was hilarious and just didn't give a shit. It's a hilarious concept. Staking out,
funniest shit ever.
sending a gay masseuse, and you plan to order a pizza, and then the guy who you're pranking also decides around the same exact time, not knowing that any of this is going on, that he wants to order himself a full pie.
He's home on a fucking Monday afternoon too.
You should have assumed, knowing Sean, that was a possibility.
Yeah, should have, yes, but the timing is still perfect. That was classic.
I blogged, I touched on it briefly in what will be last week's episode, and I blogged it, but Sean's also, in the blog I refer to him as the dick shower for the sake of anonymity.
Good.
But
We're quite anonymous.
if I had an audience, this would be a problem. But I was talking about the prairie dog incident,
Classic.
which just remains one of my favorite all-time public shittings. Because
you have something above that on the list?
a number. I did. There were several that I talked about. There was one. Someone took a shit in the urinal in the locker room in high school, and it was shortly after there had been like a previous shitting incident. There was one when I was in middle school. Some high school kids broke into the high school principal's office, shit, urinated, and jerked off all over the place.
Jerked off.
And then there was one more. It was someone took a shit on the ramp outside of the locker room during football practice because they ran back to go to the bathroom and they couldn't make it.
The handicap ramp?
You know, the one that would, outside, if you're going in the locker room through the back entrance, like the locker room entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ramp. It wasn't really a handicap ramp. It was just like
Were there
the locker
stairs
room
and a ramp?
I don't think there were stairs back there.
There were stairs.
No, you know why? Because for football, when we'd walk out on game day, you'd loop the entire ramp around, and I feel like there were just 3 little fucking steps there. We just walked up.
Well, they're using the ramp. The ramp was there because there might have been handicapped people.
It certainly wasn't there to take a shit on.
Imagine wheelchairing into a pile of human shit.
Oh my god.
It's gotta be worse than stepping in shit.
Have you ever lost? Like, have you ever been sprinting home and dropped one in your pants?
No.
Was that a real no? Or was that
a real no?
Really? Not like as a kid?
I've never been sprinting home and done that.
Whoa! So you have. When was it?
Have you shit yourself?
Yeah. When was the last time?
Let's ask you a more direct question.
I sharded recently.
I was gonna say sharded recently. We were talking within the past 5 years. While sitting on my couch, but I didn't realize it until long afterwards when I got up and my shorts just had a stain.
You guys have nice furniture.
Yeah, and who noticed that?
My wife. And then one time in high school, after high school track, we finished stretching, and I remember I really had to go, so I started sprinting to the gym, not the sports lab, the Hamilton lobby entrance, one of the middle school, high school entrance, and just as I got into the bathroom, into the stall, it just came out all over my clothes. But fortunately, I had a backpack with other clothes.
Oh, you didn't pull your pants down?
No, I didn't have time.
Do you know how many Monday mornings, especially mostly when I was working at Wynn's, I guess now because I work a very early show, I can't fuck around as much on Sundays. Those Monday mornings when you're just eating junk and drinking a lot and you're shitting your brains out the next day. I used to have those at Wynn's all the time, and there were multiple occasions on which I got my pants down and I turned to the bowl literally in that second to make it happen and to make it come out okay.
It's an interesting phenomenon that your body knows exactly when you get to the bathroom. There's some sort of connection going on.
You're getting that sweat.
Your
body starts getting
close.
Your body starts getting hot.
Yeah.
And you have to. walking down, there was this narrow hallway that you'd have to walk down to get to the bathroom, and it was also on the way to the like the break room where people get their coffee and shit. It's first thing in the morning, so people are like hustling and bustling by you with coffee, and you're doing that like not even like pinched butthole thing. At this point, you're clenching your glutes. In the event that a little bit seeps out from your butthole, you can at least catch it with your muscular glutes and not drop it all over your khaki pants. And like, it's a legitimate, like you're getting a legitimate like core and posterior chain workout out of it, and you're like waddling like the fucking penguin. And then you have to get into the bathroom. You gotta like turn to a stall, open the stall, and you gotta do that thing where you get like around the door because it's narrow. And then you have to get the belt undone and the pants down, and you have to get yourself at an angle.
You gotta check the seat too for.
You gotta do all that. You still have to, you still do all of the normal things.
There's always dry urine on the top of the seats.
Hairs and poops, and you get those guys who don't wipe their asses properly, and they get shit caked up between the cheek above the hole, and it winds up on the back of the fucking seat. Have you ever seen that?
Ugh.
Yeah, well, this is what happened when you work down the hall from a sports radio station. You run into a lot of that.
I guess.
Those guys are fucking disgusting. But yeah, duty, baby. I think it was like 5th grade. We went to the fireworks in Ridgewood, and we had like the block party that afternoon. And I had, you're eating fucking like hot dogs, ice cream, and you're drinking shitloads of soda all day. And that walk to Ridgewood's, that's a good mile. And
a 15-minute walk.
It starts gurgling on the way back. And I remember I ran home to try to beat it, and I slipped on the front lawn because they'd had the sprinkler going, so the grass was wet. And I slipped, and that's when I lost it. And I was wearing these like light blue Nike workout shorts. And I just remember getting up to the bathroom and taking them off and throwing them in the fucking hamper. And like there was just shit on the bathroom floor. The shorts were covered in like mud, grass stains, and dookie. And
if it wasn't a laundry day,
I just tossed him. Oh no, because Dad came into the bathroom and smelled it, and he's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I slipped on the lawn before I went to before I got up to the bathroom." He's like, "No, you tracked shit into the house."
Was this last summer? Or?
Yeah, it's actually a couple weeks ago. I was gonna try to use a Starbucks, but they were all closed for coronavirus.
Yeah, that's the weird
I wound
thing.
up shitting on Mom and Dad's lawn.
Shit, if it doesn't make it into the toilet, always smells so much worse. Does that?
It does. What is it about water that diffuses the smell of shit? By the way, I'm hiding these bubbly cans around your apartment to infuriate Scott.
Yeah, just put one behind his pillow.
Oh, definitely.
We should have used this pillow for this.
Yeah.
A lot of dead air now.
Yeah.
Dead air.
Where are his shoes?
Did they cut this?
Where? Probably under the bed. Oh no, he probably took them with him.
Is this his blue backpack?
No, that's mine.
What is Senso?
He's on the right side of the bed. Just put it like under his pillow.
The right side facing the wall or facing away from the wall?
The right side if you're facing the wall.
That's a nice little shelf.
Oh, like that bookshelf cost me $80. We had to go to Union
pretty good
City.
deal.
Lady didn't tell us you had to carry it downstairs.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say down here.
No.
That would have sucked.
Yeah.
You making another drink?
Yeah, let's make a cocktail. Ooh, I'll use this app.
Yeah, use the app. Is this a chip? Doesn't this look like a chip?
That's Scott's arts and crafts.
I put it. I took his PlayStation controller,
Yeah.
and I dented the can a little bit, and I put the controller on top of the can, so it's like propped up on the can. So it's like one of those things that like I'm hoping when he first comes in he won't notice until he rolls over to grab the controller to play a game, and then he just sees a can of fucking pink bubbly. And he's
Joey's
furious.
been hiding down the shore, just a drawing of a penis, and he's just been hiding them like in the pockets of Scott's shirts or like in the pillowcase.
Yeah, he found the one in the wallet real fast. I was disappointed about that because I thought that would come out at a later date, but he found it within a few hours.
Yeah, that one you're gonna find quick.
How often are you going into your wallet?
I don't know.
That would be
Frequently?
that'd be a great calling card if you were like a gay guy on the prowl out at clubs, and you had a huge dick, and you got like maybe like like a refrigerator magnet or something like that, or like stickers, or even like a business card, I guess, the size of your massive rod with your contact info on it, and like you let people know like this is the real length. My name's Rudy. You can reach me at whatever fucking 201-251-9311 or whatever whatever Schlett's childhood
Rudy
phone
the
number
ruler,
was.
Because he's got that long
Because
dick.
You need a yardstick to measure.
Gonna grab another bubbly.
Joey, didn't you shit your pants at one of Mike's football games when
No,
you were like
did you really? High school or Kiwi?
high school? I think.
No, I didn't shit my pants at the game. I drank too much hot chocolate and shit my pants that night.
Dude, that Swiss Miss will clear you out real quick.
Oh, especially the Little League sports like food stand.
Oh,
hot cocoa.
the ones that are probably like 5 years expired that
Dude,
they just
those
bought.
were so
They
good,
bought a
though.
box of. Oh, amazing! You do one of those on like a cold November day.
Fucking tops.
It warms up your hands. It warms up your body. It tastes good. You feel good, and then
That's
you
why
shit.
I went back for a second.
shit your pants.
And Mom even said the first time she's ever been right. She said, "Oh shit, I said that on tape."
Trust me.
She said, if you don't want to get another hot chocolate, you're gonna shit your pants. She said poop, and I said no, I'm not. And she said, okay, go for it. So I got it, and a few hours later, I was just covered in shit.
It's almost worth it knowing that Mom and Dad had to contend with a shit-caked child.
I think was that when they were hosing. Wasn't Dad like hosing me off?
No, that was after Festivus. When they threw in the shower because you threw up all over yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it about Montone fathers? Their solution to drunk teenagers is to just kind of like drag them somewhere and plop them down.
Seems effective.
Like there's like like that story about when Dad had the party when he was a teenager.
And they roll the kid up in the
The
carpet.
kid passed out, so they rolled
just
him up in a
dropped-
carpet.
Just dropped him on his front door.
Yeah.
I
That's
think they
like-
opened the door and like
They did.
Oh,
they
man,
blew him
they
in.
put him
Put him in.
into like the front entrance.
Yeah.
It's just an old school like Italian
that's
guy
classic.
thing
Yeah.
to do.
Like 1960, you get away with that.
There was I was reading on the Glenrock history page. There was like a in like the early 1900s there was like an Italian mob shootout in Glenrock.
Where?
So apparently, I think it was near Doremus, like back where those train tracks are. I guess there was a work crew of Italian immigrants who had been brought out from the city to work on shit, and the mobsters, they were referred to in the old days as the Black Hand. There was like a very specific faction of organized crime that was just into extortion, and they came and were basically like, hey, all right, like you're Italians, you're working, time to fucking pony up. You got to give your countrymen a little cut here. And so the guys took the money, and they were just hanging out like a couple hundred yards away, getting like boozed up and eating and taking a nap under a tree because it's like it's like 1905 and that's what people did back then.
Yeah.
And I guess the cops were alerted when they came upon the robbers had tied up they had tied them to trees and shit when they robbed them, and the cops were like came upon these tied up workers and like, hey, what the fuck is this? Like, hey, we got robbed by these guys. And then the cops came in and they found the guys and they got into like a shootout.
Jesus.
And then I guess a few days later, the guys came back and they tried to hijack a fucking freight train.
In Glenrock?
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, it was cool as shit. I was reading it on the Glenrock history page because I wanted to see if any violent crime had ever taken place in Glenrock.
I didn't know there was a Glenrock history page.
There is. It's the Glenrock. I don't know if it's the Historical Society or whatever. Yeah, very interesting.
What's up with thieves just always coming back to the scene of the crime?
Yeah.
The guy in Times Square 100 years later plus.
It's like a
They
psychological
haven't learned
thing.
their lesson yet.
They like to see their work and they like to see the chaos that ensues. I imagine that's the reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Maybe it's I don't. Doesn't make a fucking ounce of sense.
You can't go back too
I think
soon.
because they want to see their work. Like
Maybe it's just the shitty criminals that are doing it and they're getting caught, and that's why we think
I
so.
think that's like a normal like trait of.
But what if you're like really good, and someone's like, "Hey, you committed that crime. Don't you want to go back to the scene and check it out?" You're like, "No,
No, you idiot.
you a fucking moron? No, I'm not going back.
You go back later.
I'm not going.
This is why you would get.
I'm not
weed.
going to
I'm saying
where.
we're talking weeks, maybe months.
I'm
later.
not going to where the cops are investigating the crime that I
A year
committed.
later, you go back. That's
Oh,
when I
that's-
molested the kid.
I was like, that's like I was at. I took the World Trade Center path to get to the city one day, and you know that there's like that like reflecting pool or whatever with all the names around it of the people who died.
Yeah.
There was a fucking Middle Eastern family taking selfies in front of it.
Oh, that could go either way.
Yeah. That's not a good look.
And
Were
that's
they
that's
smiling
the-
or were they
oh, they were
frowning?
having a good time. Yeah, talking about returning to the scene of the crime.
Man, I just thought of something. So, do you think? All right, this is gonna be distasteful.
It'll be fun to wrap up on. We're
Yeah.
about 50 minutes here. Let's hear it.
Do you think that the families of the hijackers wanted their names on the pool?
Muhammad Atta's
Yeah,
name.
I think like the Attas go
Do you think
and
it
they're
should
like
be there?
searching
You're-
around
yeah.
for the name.
Marwan Al Shehi. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tower 1. Holy shit. I didn't think about that. I mean, hey, I guess they're not really victims, though.
Oh, there you go. That's the difference.
That's the catch.
Yeah, that's the catch.
Do you so you fill out that form? Would you fill out that? Would you like fill out that form and present and be like, I'm trying to get a name added to this thing? Osama bin.
My friend,
Wait a
yeah, my
minute.
friend's dad
Good
passed.
friend. All right. Well, Daddy has to make a tinkle here. I'm just gonna go ahead and post this since I have a nice episode here. Facebook.com/SavageCrew, at Mike Montone on Twitter, at Gary_Moyler, MOYLER. Meatheadmedia.com is where I do my my blogging and my jacking off on camera. And yeah, that's that. Have a fun Labor Day, Jackie and Joey. Thank you for joining me. Hope this doesn't get any of us fired.
Hey, dinosaurs.